Well, let's continue with the impact and response to flooding in Limpopo by turning to the Mopani District Municipality. Executive Mayor Pule Shayi joins us now. Mayor, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Just before I had you in conversation, I spoke to the spokesperson of the Mopani Farmers Association, and he had detailed to us the scale and impact of the damage that farmers in the Mopani district are undergoing at the moment as a result of the inclement weather, the flooding and the persistent rain. Importantly, 50 of these farmers are unable to operate, and many of them incapable of accessing their farms at this moment. That's but one part of the story. Can you give us a sense of how extensive the damage has ravaged your municipality?
No, thank you very much, Oliver, and to your viewers. We seem not to be out of the hood yet, because in our afternoon engagement with the Premier's office and the South African Weather Services, we still stuck at orange level 9, which continues to batter the entire district with disruptive rains. What we were able to do from yesterday was to convene at the level of the Joint Operations Center, where all sector department, the private community, all the local municipalities are basically integrating all the observations that which we are making, but also coordinating the support which we are giving to our people. We can be able to mention that indeed the damage is very extensive. The road infrastructure, which has caused inaccessibility, has basically disconnected communities from each other. The Department of Agriculture, if I were to zoom into the specific concern our smallholder farmers are raising, we have been taking stock through ongoing assessment at that level, because we know that their crops, their vegetables have been damaged, and to that extent we will need to bring in the immediate support from the Department of Agriculture, and the local support which municipalities are basically giving. What we have been doing is to ensure that we do preliminary assessment, consolidate cost, and feed the provincial disaster management center, so that there is integrated and coordinated intervention at the level of communities. Where we are standing, Oliver, is that one, indeed, in the entire district, schooling has been suspended because the orange level 9 might effectively die down around Saturday, although will be dependent on the weather services to continue to give the alert. We have been going on the ground ourselves on rescue mission, supporting our people, but also ensuring that the limited resources that we are giving to our people, it's able to deal with the immediate conditions. In terms of the overall estimate in cost, which we expect to be finalizing through our coordinated work, we should be able to be clear on that, so that we call on both the provincial and the national disaster management centers to properly classify and then release resources to help our people. But local municipalities, with the capacity that they are having, they're able to intervene in the areas where we should be able to bring immediate relief, Oliver.
Yeah, we had spoken earlier to the provincial spokesperson on at least on the issues of schools, and he had mentioned that part of the intervention will be that some of the schools are so severely damaged that they'll have to be temporarily relocated while being repaired. Do you have a sense of the extent of the schools in the Mopani District Municipality that have been affected adversely, so that they will need temporary relocations, and are such facilities available?
You will recall that it's not only now due to this low pressure system from the oceans in Mozambique. Around December, we experienced severe windstorm, which are affected around 23 schools in Tzaneen, roofs blown away. And from that period of the 26th to date, we're able to make estimations of around 201 million in that particular space, which would include your electricity infrastructure, which the municipality was able to attend because they have license to deal with such. But also, given that we coordinate with public works and other departments, the other assessment becomes continuous. So in Tsaneni itself, there are around 13 schools, roofs blown away, and learners are not going to school. But given the recent disruptive rains, in Section F, Section E, including View in Guyana, that's where we're having a lot of schools being damaged. I know that in Palabora itself, the high school of Mapokwane, Mashishimale could not be accessed because the bridges there are also collapsing and there is over flooding of Selati River at that level. So in Letaba, there is one school where learners are relocated, but because they are not severely battered, there are segments of schools which learners will prompt in, but will be returned because we are still trying to manage the entire downpours, which are giving us a lot of trouble, Oliver.
And we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time, Mayor. Really do appreciate it. That is the Mayor of the Mopani District Municipality, Mayor Pule Shayi. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it.